have heard the rumours that Arsenal Fan TV is in meltdown right now. Pidge, I know you're going to be delighted with that.
I've actually, funny enough, I was going to announce that. But we actually have got Lee from Arsenal Fan TV coming on here as well in a couple of weeks' time.
Twattery is going to be rife. I'm just,
Yeah, definitely, mate.
I might just message in and say, I might just say, Alderweireld's a cracking defender, isn't he?
Oh, he's amazing.
That'll spark the geezer off, probably. At least it's not that tight. I'd end up wanting to twat him.
Yeah. I mean, you said before we went live, boys, that 3 points and that's all she wrote.
Oh man.
Yeah, you saw the light.
Yeah, I did see that. I keep forgetting to do that. Mind you, it's been a couple of weeks since I've done this, so I had forgotten.
So you get a bit rusty, mate.
Yeah, it does get a bit rusty. It does. Too much San Miguel last weekend at Race.
So, yeah, that's it. Oh, yeah.
that was getting out of control. I'm glad I stopped when I did.
Yeah, I'll bet, mate. Right, okay. What a relief, eh? That's what I summed it up as on the Watford Way on YouTube. I just summed it up as more relief than anything else. But how positive was the second half? I would rather have won 2-1 with the way we finished than if we had won 2-1 and played really poorly in the second half. And it swapped. You swap the halves around. I'm more positive going into West Ham how we finished.
Yeah. I'll say it. I think, yeah, to an extent, although I still think it could have been a very different game if we had scored first yesterday. Because I was out of my seat when Welbeck hit that shot and it come off the post. I thought it was in. Some of the other forums mentioned about who just jumped off their seat celebrating, realising that it hadn't crossed the line.
I saw you in the rookery, mate.
I thought you did.
Only the Moobs gets into the ground.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I think as we always say, football's a funny old game and a tale of two halves, and it certainly was. It was that all over yesterday. Amazing second half, I thought. Well, I don't know where that performance came from because it didn't. We did struggle a bit in the first half. It was a little bit worrying. The marking for their goal just disgraceful. I seriously do not understand why everyone was looking at each other going, "I thought you were marking him." Well, that's strange. Only one person's meant to mark each player. Five
people watching Gale walk into the box. I mean, how many times have we seen that this season? I know we don't want to be too critical because we won, but Jesus Christ, there's about 5 or 6 times I've seen that. It's so frustrating.
It all started with Capoue at that front. It ain't all his fault because we still should have dealt with it.
No, but it's the build-up. You start from the front, don't you? So
yeah, if he's marking that area, he can't let the man in front of it. It still shouldn't happen. We still should have dealt with it. It's not all Capoue's fault, but you've got to win that header. If you're getting that spot, you can't let a man run in front of you like that. But like you said, 4 other defenders just watch Gale tap it in.
Well, someone's got to do it. It's the zonal marking that annoys me as well. We've all played Sunday League. You pick up a man. How hard is it?
Yeah, exactly. It's not that hard. I used to have 2 of them marking me because I was I don't know why I had 2 people marking me.
Because you had the skills to pay the bills moves. That's what it is.
Exactly, I did, mate. I did. But yeah, no, like I said, tale of two halves, and we've come away with 3 points that's turned out today that's massively needed. I don't know. The other thing that baffled me yesterday was after the game was Steve Bruce's interview. So much deluded twattery, you'd think he was actually Liverpool's manager, the way he was talking.
Apparently, I've just heard confirmation that if Klopp does go, he's a favourite, by the way. So, so it's
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, he was found dipping a couple of bins up there, but
I was going to say there's comments flying in as well. I'm going to take a quick look at some of them in a minute. Yeah. But no, I was dismayed with what Steve Bruce said after the game, that they were soft decisions. I'm sorry, but two of your players made ridiculous challenges in the box. And players are going to hit the deck no matter what. And to everyone's like, I know, like they queried it on the commentary, but as soon as I saw Kiko hit the deck, I was like, he ain't dived. There's no way he dived. He was
came
clean.
across him. Even the Newcastle fans were saying that it was a penalty. They didn't have any complaints, to be fair.
Exactly. I was up screaming for it, and you know, you got the people on the commentary going, "Oh, I don't think that is," you know, and it's not. Sorry, Andy.
Yeah.
What game but you know, I thought the scene seems to be beat the Scousers. You know, we just for some reason, I don't think Pearson gave them a rollicking at half time.
Yeah,
I think he just sat down. I don't think he did. I don't think he shouted at them because their goal came right on that drinks break, and he would have said something to them then. Yeah. And I reckon it was a case of he got them in there and said, "Right, I've had a think. Now we're going to try this and see if it works."
Yeah, so, I think it's just a rocket. He gave them an old-fashioned rocket as well, and it works so perfect. Just a shame. I think a couple of people mentioned on the full-time fans report that shame we can't give them a rollicking just before the game. Just get it out of the way. Just get out of the way before the actual game starts, and we'll play a full 90 minutes like it. It'd be brilliant.
I'm sorry, but no, go on, Deano.
I just got to give it to Deany. I'd give him a lot of stick like many other people have. You know, Paul said, you know, fair play to him as well. But, you know, I'm happy he scored both. I'm so glad he scored both penalties. Good on him, you know. I'm so, you know, I never want to doubt him, but he has been, you know, he had been great. I know he said he's been playing with an injury, but, you know, fair play to him. He really stood up and was captain again for us, and I'm very happy for it.
Well, Watford Woodies turned around and said, like a lot of us, we've all said this, he said the last two games when we press high up the field, we play better. When we play against teams that let us sucker us into their game, i.e. Burnley and Southampton, we struggle. And that seems to have happened all season.
Yeah, I think that's been our downfall quite a bit, that we've sometimes, especially when we've been at home, we've not dictated the play enough. You know, we've let the opposition come down and dominate. And that's something that, well, in the close season, regardless of what division we're going to be in, I still say the Prem, it's going to need addressing, and they're going to have to look at it because you can't carry on in the manner that we are. It's just not right. It's just not going to work.
No.
You know, we can't keep thinking ourselves out. But like I say, we take nothing away from the second half performance. I thought Sarr was just immense.
Yeah.
He was just literally tearing Newcastle a new one about 7 times over. Apparently they got on the bus. Apparently they all got the team bus home in a wheelchair.
They couldn't sit down after.
Exactly. They were hurting. But yeah, you know, it's it was good to get the win. I thought Hughes, especially yesterday, was I think just the standout player from start to finish. But got to give Dawson a lot of credit as well. He had a rough game the previous time out. Yesterday, he played like he was a decent centre back.
Oh, he was awesome again, wasn't he?
Really do mean that.
He was the Dawson of Leicester, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was all the challenges spot on, hitting it at the right time. Nothing silly, controlling the ball, controlling the back line, the way he was spreading it, you know, spreading the play. You know, he had a couple of chances again. You know, this man wants to score goals now. I'd say stick him up top.
Yeah.
You know, we'll bring Dustcart back in, and we'll put Dawson up top. You know, that seems to be an easy way of fixing things.
Yeah, definitely. Hughes was great. A lot of people saying, I put down Dawson, but I personally said Dawson, but Hughes will win it all day long. I said Hughes was awesome.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Without a doubt, he was fantastic. There's, by the way, guys, there's shed loads of. Mr. Mr. Hickman's on. We've got problems already. The man that can't decide whether he's Hemel Town or Watford, delusional twat. Extreme. He's asked us already 1 point or 3 on Friday. What would you go for?
Free, obviously.
Yeah,
I'd say both.
Yeah, all day long would be free, wouldn't it? So,
yep. Kevin Lurwell says, "Evening, boys." Very good evening, Kevin.
Yeah.
Nice you to join us. Ryan's in as well. Sean's in. Hello, Sean. Great afternoon out of you today, mate. So Ray says we need 3 points now, no matter what.
yeah, we just need to win, don't we?
In a way, I think we'll know more on Thursday night when Villa play again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Because if they lose, then technically West Ham and Watford could turn around to each other and say, you know what?
Just play for a draw.
Yeah, let's have a kick about and play for a draw. You know, I know that might be a bit suicidal, but you know, or it'd be our luck. We'd play for the draw and go and nick 3 points off them right at the end.
The problem we were in this mess in the first place because we were just trying to play for a draw. You know, a lot of the time. I know it sounds, you know.
Yeah,
surrender. Draw is enough. If Bournemouth lose, then a draw is enough. Then you would take a point. Even I would take a point if Bournemouth lost. If Villa lost, sorry. Then I would. Obviously, Bournemouth has still got a game in hand.
Well, that's being played
that's another
now.
thing. Yeah. What's
and
the score
got
at
Man
the moment?
City next.
It was
1-0.
1-0 Leicester.
Yeah, it still is. I've got it on here.
Oh, brilliant.
And they've got Man City next, Bournemouth, haven't they, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I think that's where the nail in the coffin's going to come, because their goal difference is just going to get shot to pieces. And if we're saying that goal difference is going to play a part in it, we've already got goal difference in favour of us. All right,
well, we're already plus 6, aren't we?
Guaranteed.
Yeah, we're plus 6 on the goal difference as well. So, yeah, we're plus 6. They're on 20. Villa with 20 is minus 27 after today's game. Bournemouth were minus 27, but they'll be minus 28. Yeah, so we're six in front of them. So yeah, it would probably. I think you're right, Moobs. It will actually play a part.
Yeah, and I think when we go to Arsenal on the final day, they just need to turn up, because they need to turn up from the off and keep the scoreline down or nick a couple of goals.
The cojones have got to be shown.
It has massively. But you know, it's who's saying only 4 points clear now. People are saying Watford really only 4 points clear. You know, by the way, Sir Alan is in the building.
Sir Alan.
Yes. Everyone's joined us tonight.
The whole party's in, isn't they?
The whole party's in. We just need Callie for like 10 minutes before he goes on air again. But yeah, like I say, I think, you know, there's second half is the positive to take forward for next week, for next Friday. But I had a discussion on Twitter with someone because somebody didn't like my comment about Deano. I don't understand why the guy didn't like it. I think he's a bit of an idiot. But if Deano's not fit, here's one for everyone to answer. So this is to all you lot listening as well as Pidge and Deano. If Deano is not fit enough to start, would you move Danny Welbeck to the middle? And if so, who do you bring in on that left-hand side?
Prosecco.
Good call.
Yeah.
And I'd have João Pedro waiting for the last 15, 20 minutes. Yeah, I'd have Pedro waiting for the last 20 minutes. If we're safe, just give him a couple of games. Just let him have a go, because there's nothing to lose then, is there? No one can say then we've got nothing. We've got to be tried and tested. Just give him a go, and I would say throw Queener in there as well if we're safe. If we're safe.
Yeah. If we're safe.
Yeah, big ifs, obviously.
Like I say, yeah, big ifs. Guys, this is also thrown out to all you guys that are tuned in as well. So drop it in the comments section and we'll have a little look.
He's going to play against West Ham, Moobs. I think if we win that, you won't see Deano the rest of the season then.
I don't know. I think he'll want to feature against Arsenal because he'll have a point to prove to a lot of people. He loves winding them up more than anything. You know, and we all know that. We know it. Yeah, no, I agree. Well, Ryan's just come in with a cracking one. not fit, don't play him. Welbeck up top, Pussetto or Pereira.
Not
I
Pereira.
tell you what, this would be I'd throw the shirt in Pereira and say, right, if you want to go, now go and put yourself in the window. If you want to go, this is what you've got to do. You've got to go and play for 90 minutes or 70 minutes until I bring you off.
Yeah.
You know,
it's his mindset, isn't it? You know, he's wanting to go since January, to be fair. There was only really one game after January that he really turned up in fully. Apart from that, he hasn't really done anything, and it's not meaning to have a go at him, but you know, he wants to move. That's fair enough. He's obviously his family a bit more settled where he wants to go, which I can completely respect that for. But wouldn't you just put your head down and just worked a bit hard and kept yourself fit and in the window a bit more? He's probably already got a move sorted out, to be fair. That's what I reckon. I think they've already sorted something out.
He could, yeah, he could well have a move sorted. The Pozzos could have already done the business. They're just waiting to, you know, the respective leagues are waiting to finish, and then everything can get rubber stamped. But you know, we've got to wait and see. But until then, he's still our player.
Yeah, so he's still got to play. That's it. He's got to knuckle down and play. Maxi left and Welbs up top from Mr. Non-League there.
Yes, I saw that comment. I think that's a great shout. I really do. You know, but it is a toss-up though. But I don't know. It's a tough one because I still want to see João Pedro. I really do. I want to see him play.
Yeah, the worrying thing about Pedro is where we start him against City and the poor sod won't see the ball.
Well,
that's my worry. You know, it'd be a hard game for him to come. You know, if we start against City. I know you're going to have to play against them, but it'd be tough.
Well, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. It's, you know, sink or swim. If he wants to be a world-class player, then he's got, you know, this is where you sort of learn your trade and learn what's right and what isn't, you know.
Yeah.
But we said this with Decore, didn't we, as well, Moobs? That, you know, if he wanted to go, then at least just put yourself in the shop window, keep yourself fit, show your attitude, because more clubs will want to buy you. If they see you sort of walking around sulking, you know, a lot of clubs that were interested in the past will look and say, well, I don't really want to deal with him because he's going to be like that with that club he's at the moment. What is he going to do when he doesn't want to play for us? So you're looking at it that way as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's, you know, there's two sides to every story. I've just seen a comment from Alan. Bournemouth have woken up in the second half.
Yeah, they have.
I'm starting to worry a little bit now. But
Super Darren Grimley's on. Super Daz. So with Darren Grimley.
Evening, Dazza. One of the crew that joined Cali last night for for some disco tunes, which was very good.
It was very good, wasn't it?
Cali
about 3,000 views, wasn't it?
It was something like that, ridiculous amount. But he really, you know, he's like me. All want to see Pedro. He is so and this is the other thing. He's a real unknown talent in this league at the minute, and no one knows what to do with him. So, you know, Bournemouth are all over Leicester at the moment. I've heard that one a million times before. I just hope Leicester suck upon. Well, let's just hope they suck upon.
Yeah, true. Tony Days play Graham, put him in the window if we're safe. Yeah,
could do.
If we're not after any goals, we can put him up front. So
that's actually one you could really do, because then you could leave Welbeck on the left and let him run through the middle, because that would suit Gray more. Because technically you're giving him a partner up front and you would give him service. So that is a conundrum. I'm sure Pearson's already thought about it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, I'll call it now. We sell Gray in the summer. I think there's one club that they're going to sell him to.
Go on.
And I reckon he's going to go to Brentford if they come up. If Brentford get promoted, he'll go back to them.
I think he'll score goals there as well. I really do. I just think it just hasn't happened for him at Watford. It doesn't make him a bad player. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, I've always said the price tag. It's his price tag. He's not been able to justify it.
No,
I think
If it was
wasn't
5
worth
million, then it would have been a bargain. If 5 million would have, no one would have really bothered, would they? But because it was such a hefty fee, because he was English and he could score goals, he scored about 9 or 10 goals the season before, they bump up the price.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, it was that time where things had to where the get words out of a minute where they had to like inflate the prices because of all this. Oh, you've now got to have so many English players in your matchday squad. Everyone's like, well, we're going to hike the price. So I think we work on the fact that we left it so late as well. And I don't think, and when he first came to us, like I've always said, the criticism that Silva publicly gave him in the press just didn't help him.
No, it didn't really, did it?
So it's. I'll just say Ray was up till 2 a.m. with Callie this morning. That could be an interesting one, actually, if that's misread.
Yeah, that's interesting stuff there. But I'll tell you what, one hell of a night from Callie. He's on he's on in about 5-10 minutes as well. So on his personal profile. So guys, if you've got two devices, put us on one device, Callie on the other, and yeah, just dance the night away. What better thing? You've got the TMA podcast, you've got Callie. Or after the podcast, get over to Callie's personal profile. We'll posting up the link as well. So he's on until late. So get as many TMA members over there as we can and support the Watford legend.
Exactly.
To me, second half, it looked like Sarr was playing more centre. He had more of a free role, like we were talking about, last week.
Yeah.
He sort of wandered and he got more in the game. He got a lot more involved.
He did, and I think that was, I know Shearer highlighted it after the game, and the match of the day guys highlighted it, that we suddenly decided to shift Sarr into this free role that opened up the space, which all of a sudden allowed Kiko to start going, oh, I'm used to bombing forward like this. I'm going to make some runs. Made the runs. He created the space. We had Newcastle backpedaling. It's one of that. It's one of those where the situation actually works, and I think maybe we need to do that for West Ham because it will cause West Ham all sorts of problems at the back.
True.
That they're not as good at the back as what they think they are. All right, they won 4-0 yesterday, but come on, it's only Norwich. We've done the double on them this season, but like most teams do.
Evening to ex-Watford Di Thomas as well. Big fan of the podcast now. So evening, Di.
A very good evening,
sir. I hate bad news. Bournemouth had just got a penalty.
Oh, you are joking.
No, Schmeichel playing it out and got caught in front of the box.
Can we just confirm as well that Watford Woody likes erasure? I'm not the fan. It's Woody likes erasure.
Yeah.
Have a little respect, Woody.
There was another question here. Ryan says, if we do survive, I think we'll splash the cash massively and overhaul the squad, or would it be one or two new players? It's going to be a tough one because I would like to see him splash some cash, but I think it could only be maybe 3-4 players maximum because you've got these guys coming back from Spain now, from the Spanish league.
Yeah.
That have clearly been told now, enough's enough. You're not going out on loan. You're going in the first team. So, that for me, that throws the conundrum up of who are we going to sell? Who are we going to offload to make way for these players? All right, Pereira is nailed on. We've already said that. Gray seems to be another one that seems to be pushed towards the door. I'm thinking maybe one or two fringe players might get told that you're going to have to go.
Deadwood.
There's just no room. There's just not enough space in the team.
Right, I'll tell you what though, and I said this, Dino, you go. What do you think first, and then I'll say my bit. What do you reckon of that?
What about selling players? Holbass would be one, I reckon.
Yeah, what Moobs said as well. About. Do you reckon there'll be a few or
what coming in?
A few going out, a few coming in.
Yeah, a few going out, like Moobs said. I'd say Holbass as well. I think we need another centre back. To be honest with you, I know Ben Wilmot, but I still think we need another solid one.
Yeah.
I hope we don't send any more players out on loan. We've got all this talent. I'm getting sick of it now. It's getting boring. Hearing how good they are. I don't know really. I'd go a couple more centre backs. I think we've got enough attacking talent coming in. Yeah, I'd go for at least one really good centre back.
Right, okay. I'll tell you what I said. I know it's not going to happen, but this is my theory.
Oh, no, they're
taking the lead, have they?
Yeah.
Right, okay. I'll tell you what's going to happen in the summer, which I would really hope. I don't think it will, but this is what I hope. You give Pearson a 2-year contract, 2 3-year contract like they did with Walter. You basically say to him, you have the final say on transfers. We go out and get them for you, but you tell us what you want, and you get the final say on what you want. And we clear out a lot of the squad. You bring in the likes of Suarez, that Estupiñán or really poorly pronounced thing. The left back as well. You get him in as well because obviously Holobas is going, so that's the backup. Then we got for Messina. You've got Hernandez in now. Penaranda, if he's still not fitted in, send him out on loan. You've got Foster signed for another 2-year deal. Definitely get Wilmot back, and like Deano said, get another centre back. And I think the midfield's pretty sorted, but you basically, like you said, you bring all the loanees back and let Pearson mould a team. And like WD18 are posting, I shared their post on our forum. Build the team round Sarr. Mould a team like how Sarr likes to play. You play attacking, pressing football and give him a free role. If we need to stick Deeney in the centre to do the ugly stuff, then do it. If we can't, then you stick Suarez or João Pedro or someone up there. Because Suarez looks a decent player.
I was going to say, just to quickly interrupt, it's all going off at Bournemouth. Leicester are down to 10 and Bournemouth 2-1 up.
Oh, great. Here we go.
This is not what we need. We really don't need this right now. But like I say, I still don't think Bournemouth's going to get out of it.
Thing is, if we keep winning, then we stay up anyway. So it's still in our own hands. If it was the other way around, you'd be more worried. But West Ham are there for the taking. I know they've won 4-0, and I am worried because fair play to Antonio. He's a very good player. I said that a couple of years ago when we beat him 4-2. He's one of their best players. And everyone went, well, what do you mean, Payet's a god and all this stuff. Antonio's a good player. And it's going to be tough, but I think if we get the early goal, on the back of the performance we did yesterday, I think we'll just shade it.
I think so. But yeah, in regards to like the player recruitment, I think the one problem we've got is, and it's all going to spin back on one person, and that is Giraldi. Because if he does not go and get what Pearson says, then we're in big trouble again. And he can't keep saying, oh, well, it's this, it's that. It's got nothing to do with it. At the end of the day, we need some new players, and he can't keep saying that we've got to stick with what we've got, because it's just getting stupid. Oh, I know, we'll go and get 2 for Udinese. Well, we don't want 2 for Udinese unless they're decent.
Oh, God, yeah. Just the mention of you, sorry, mate, just the mention of you saying that again is just, seriously. We need some young, hungry English players. We've got enough foreign players coming back in now, which are good players. Nothing against foreign players, they're good players. Let's see if we can get some decent English players. I know they come at a premium, but surely we've got a decent scouting network. We can fish these out because every other team seems to get them.
I know. This is the thing. I can't work out what we're doing with the scouting network at the minute. It doesn't seem to be It seems to be non-existent. So
I'd look at Ake at Bournemouth. I'd look at getting him again.
Ake would be about 50 million. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's a good shout though, and Seren said that as well. It's a bloody good shout, but that's the premium thing, isn't it? It's the money's the problem. We know what a good player he is, and it's a good shout, but it's going to be hard getting him.
Who's the young one at Norwich? Is it Aarons or something? There's a young lad at Norwich, right back.
Yeah, there's a lad called Max Aarons that was responsible for our winning goal against them the other night.
Yeah, but he's young though, isn't he? You know what I mean? He looks a promising player.
Cantwell's the other one, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
And like I say, you won't get him because he'll go to a top 6 club.
Yeah.
He's an
He's a
Arsenal
great
fan
player.
anyway,
Love
isn't
to have
he?
him. Love to have him.
Oh, God, look. I mean, half a Bournemouth squad, there's people slaughter me for this, but half a Bournemouth squad you can cherry pick, especially Wilson up front. I'd have Wilson.
Yeah, too right.
And Josh
And
King.
Brooks.
And Brooks
Young
as well.
Brooks.
Very good
Yeah.
player. Yeah, there's some really good players in there. They're just, I think they've gone stale under, I mean, okay, they're winning now, but I think they've gone stale under Howe. I think that's what's happened. They need a clearance, yeah. I think they'll keep him. They'll keep Howe. They'll be mad to get rid of Howe, but I think he'll probably walk unless he won't get sacked. He'll walk.
Yeah, but the problem is though, Bournemouth's position is, it's something that's always up in the air because the thing they've got is they've got such a small stadium. How can, you can't keep relying on the Premier League money to bankroll your paying your players' wages. And I just think it's getting to a stage where a few of them have said, you know what, we've sort of had enough of it. I personally think that maybe 3, maybe 4 of them might depart in the summer, regardless of what division they're in.
I'll tell you what, Ray's put a good point up, but I'll answer this, mate. There's a good point. Ducks, we should take Giraldi's job. I'll tell you who you need to take Giraldi's job is, was it Walsh, who went from Leicester to Everton? The scout, I'd be fantastic. We got him. He was the one who found Mahrez and Kante.
Yeah.
Get that one in. I know we can't, but that would be perfect. Get him in. He'd be absolutely amazing.
That's Steve Walsh, the former Leicester captain, ain't it?
That's it. It could be Walshy. Was it really Walsh? Yeah, I thought it was Walshy.
Yeah, Steve Walsh. It's Steve Walsh.
Get Walsh in, or get a couple of scouts in that they had. I think Leicester. I think they're still at Everton, aren't they? Or did they get rid of him when Silva left?
I don't know. They may have stayed on. Maybe they're staying on till the end of the season. Then they're getting let go.
Well, get them then. And I know Stacky and Mullins are fantastic coaches, but if there's any gap in the coaching setup, get Kevin Phillips back as well.
Well, I think they do want him to come back, but I'm not sure.
I'd love that.
I think he said he's happy he's up at Leicester still, isn't he?
I think he's at Leicester, yeah.
Yeah, I think he said he's happy where he is for now. I think he would come back because he worked because of knowing Pearson.
Yeah, a good team, weren't they?
So no, it's not that Steve Walsh. Oh, apparently Alan said it's not that Steve Walsh.
Right, that's what I thought because he's a bit too grey for the next thing. Oh, Deano's gone on a guided tour around his house.
Sorry, I need to get my phone charger. My phone's dying.
Yeah, that's what they all say, mate.
Yeah.
What's he been doing? What's he doing?
Right. Firstly, it's ghost hunting. Now it's actually phone charger hunting. I mean,
That's right.
God, which one is it? He ain't afraid of no charger.
Yeah. We seem to be doing a through the keyhole with Deano's house here, so I think we're just going into
that's right.
different rooms.
Yeah, who lives in a house like this? Moobs, it's over to you.
Yeah, thank you.
We're in the master bedroom now.
Yeah.
Yep. It's charging.
Ray's put Bournemouth have got a Russian chairman, so they have the money. Yeah, but the problem is though, Bournemouth are saddled with some debt.
And the financial fair play will dictate with the small grounds, they will not be able to spend far beyond their means either.
Exactly. This is another thing. It's all about the financial fair play, which is why I think they may have to catch in on a couple of players because I just can't see how they would be able to go and spend money without selling a couple off in the process.
Mm.
So
yeah.
It's we're just going to have to wait and see. But like we say, Friday now becomes way more important if Bournemouth hang on to this win. But saying that, this is Brendan Rodgers. He knows how to get a win with 10 men. He conjure something up.
Yeah, true.
So
just get our boys more up for it, Moobs. So it's still in our hands. We've got to still play and win, haven't we? Put more pressure on them again.
Thing is, though, we can get something at something at Arsenal. Everyone's saying that we're writing off. Not everyone, shall I say? There's a few people writing off the last 2 games. But you look at this. Okay, City will probably. You're looking at City. If it all goes to plan, they'll probably give us a bit of a spanking, be 3 or 4-0, like they have done with a few sides. But Arsenal's form is very erratic. They either go to say like Wolves and beat them and look quite comfortable, or they'll go to Brighton and look completely unstuck. I mean, they won't have nothing to fight for either. So if we go there, needing to go there, like you said, put Deano on if he wants to play, like even like 20, like until the last 20 minutes or so, then there's no reason why we can't get at least a draw out of it.
No, exactly. I agree.
Hopefully we do the job before that, Moobs, but
well, yeah, it'd be good if we get the job done. But I think I had this conversation the other week. Haven't Bournemouth and Villa got to play each other?
I think so.
I know Villa have got West Ham last game of the season.
Oh, maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
Ryan's got a good point though. He says if Arsenal win a shot with Europa qualifying, they will go all out. Yeah, fair point, Ryan. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think after today, I think they've all gone into hiding for now because a few of my Tottenham mates are already slaughtering Arsenal fans on Facebook. It's quite entertaining.
Ryan's got a good point, Moose. But the thing is, though, they were on their way to possibly getting in the top four last season in the finally the Europa League, and look what happened there.
Yeah, true.
So they could do an Arsenal and implode as well. But yeah, if they've got something to fight for, it obviously got to be a bit more tougher.
Yeah, exactly. It could be a bit more tough. We just don't know. We're going to have to wait and see how their next few games pan out. But this is too tough to call right now. It really is. It's way too tough to call.
I'll tell you what. If we press like we did against, I know people keep saying, "No, we arc about Liverpool." We press like we did in the second half yesterday, and we press like we did against Liverpool. We've got a chance of getting something against City as well. I know it's big wishful thinking, and people probably slaughter me for that. But you look at Liverpool were unbeaten, and we pushed them. Okay, it's a rare occasion. We're down where we are because we're so inconsistent. But if we find our shooting boots that day, bit of luck, and we have a bit of luck like we did against Liverpool, you never know.
Yeah, you never know. We could catch City on an off day.
Yep.
They do have off days. Let's remember, City do have an off day, and I think in regards to what Woody's saying, yes, City are still in the Champions League, but I think they play that after they've played us. So he could rest a few of them. He could. Well, mind you though, don't matter who plays against us; they're still going to be good.
It'll still be a decent lineup, won't it? It'll still be a full 11 of internationals, won't it? So
yeah.
I must say it's going to be a shame because David Silva's. I don't know if he's retiring, but he's not in the Premier League anymore. And I've really enjoyed, like most people, watching him. He's been fantastic.
Been one of the best midfielders of the last 10 years, isn't he?
Yeah, I think I think the rumour is he's going off to China.
I don't blame him. To be fair, he's had his football now. He's hardly like who was it, Oscar, who like before his prime buggers off to China from Chelsea. And it's like, we're sorry, you've got no ambition to play apart from money if you went to China at that age. David Silva's age, I can understand. He's doing one last payday, a bit like Iniesta did. Fair play. They've won their titles. Just get a massive payday for a couple of seasons. You might as well.
Well, I think that's why he's going, because I think he's still mates with he's good mates with Xavi and Iniesta from his time at Barca.
Can you imagine if those two still played? Cool. You imagine if those three were playing in the same side in China. You wouldn't get past that midfield, would you?
They wouldn't even need to, because they'd just be pushing forward all the time. Anyone want to defend? No, it's all right, mate. We're just going to go and score 10 goals before you even get one.
Just when you have a really decent guy at school, don't you? You say, don't worry, I don't need to defend. He'll just have the ball and just give him the ball. No one has to do anything. It's that sort of thing, isn't it?
Exactly. It is. It's that type of thing. But yeah, like I say, well, yeah, Kevin's just mentioned a good one. Norwich did beat Man City.
Yeah, that's it. Every dog has its day, don't they? No one is impossible to beat. And like we say, Norwich proved that, and so did we.
I'd say to City, if you've got nothing to play for except the Champions League, just let us go and have some shooting practice. You don't need to win any more games. You're not going to drop down a place. Any chance you can just let us have a win.
The thing is, though, if Sar's allowed the free roam, then he'll help himself anyway.
Yeah, and like I say, compared to when Flores was in charge, against City, there's no way we're going to set up with the same type of tactics as what he did. Pearson would have already, it'll be a case of we won't play anywhere near like that, like what we did against them up there. And I still, one thing I go back to on a lot of this is Pearson. When we got Pearson in, they said he was available at the time they got Flores. So why didn't they go for Pearson then?
Yeah, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but I do agree, mate.
Because to me, it just makes no sense. Because you're saying, oh, hang on a minute, actually, we think you are good enough to manage the club, but we wanted to try this other guy. We wanted to bring back a former manager first. I'd find that insulting more than anything.
Yeah. I think they viewed it as a case of better the devil you know. And I said that when Flores actually came back. And I said at the time, and I've obviously been proved wrong, I said at the time, and I know Mr. Non-League has shot me down for this, which is quite rightly, because it didn't work out, that he came in initially to shore up the defence. And a few games we did. Okay, we got spanked by City. There's a few other games where we leaked goals, but that was the idea at the start, is to calm us down. Let's try and shore up the defence, because he likes playing free at the back, and then kick on and just see what we can do defensively and see if we can nick a few games. But obviously it went completely pear-shaped, and we were literally down until Pearson came in and steadied it.
Yeah, just find it baffling. By the way, it's 3-1.
Yeah, that's why I was just doing that.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
thing.
well,
You
it's
don't
still
know,
in
do
our
you?
hands.
You never
could see
know,
the
do you?
comments.
Yeah.
I saw the comment, the look on your face. I knew something had happened.
That's in our hands. You can't expect Villa and Bournemouth to lose every game the same as us. They're going to win.
Like I said, if we keep winning, we'll stay up anyway. I know. Like I'm an advocate of never watching behind you, but you do when you've already played, and then you watch results. Of course, you're going to look and say, okay, do us a favour, and then it'll ease the pressure. But we keep winning, we'll stay up anyway. So
like Moobs said on Thursday, if Villa win, Friday's going to be even bigger than what it already is.
Yeah, you never know, do you? They shouldn't, but they can.
Can. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. There's nothing is impossible, and this league has just proved how poor, unpredictable, or actually in places very, very exciting.
Yeah, there is that as well.
Others, yeah, you're right.
There's three different ways you can look at this league.
Exactly. There's a lot of ways you can look at it. There's no two ways about it. But we have, like what Pidge said earlier, we are in this position purely because of our own downfall. We haven't done well enough this season.
No.
So and the other thing with all this is, I'm surprised a certain person isn't on tonight. He's probably too busy doing his TikTok stuff. Mr. Hyman.
He's a highway man.
Yeah. We'll be jumping for joy going, oh, we're going to play Championship again. You are a dickhead.
And he does mean that in the nicest possible way as well.
Yeah, I do. But no, it just, yeah. But like I said, like we've said, we take that second half performance from yesterday, we carry that forward into West Ham.
Yeah.
We just go out and we just go, even if we go 20 minutes to go, we go all out for the win. Contain it for like 70 minutes and then go, you know what? Hit the button and go for it. And give West Ham an onslaught that they just won't be able to deal with.
No, agree with that.
And I think maybe early on someone put a challenge on Antonio, let him know we're there. Just say to him, you're not going to get it easy. You're not going to have it easy. You're not going to be able to run and dive and get people sent off wrongfully.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hang on a minute. We got Woody's spell check on.
Oh God, go on. You shoot, mate.
Back.
I'm trying to work this out. As Stuart Higgins said, that's what that first bit's all right. Pearson do look too much how teams play until the game.
Exactly. I completely agree.
Yeah, me too.
Whatever does that meant to me. Ray's just put more grey hair. I'm guessing that's yours, mate, because I've still not really got any.
I shave off my hair, so I can't really judge that.
um,
Snodgrass is back. Yeah, sorry, mate. Go on. You were doing that. I jumped in
no,
your place.
yeah,
There.
no, it's all right. Snodgrass is back, but he's not going to be match fit, is he? He's not really going to be able to do much.
4-1 now. Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
Jesus, yeah.
Who was it?
Dino's got it on the telly.
I'm not watching it. I'm just looking at you. Oh, God, they've given it away again, Leicester. Oh, good goal.
That's a good point from Tony, though. Stop D'Antonio and you stop West Ham. That's
Well, that's the thing.
pretty much. He's hit the nail on the head. Right, okay. A question for you guys. I'll put this on the forum as well, everyone in Facebook land. A few people have already done it, but I'll throw it out to you guys as well. And if you can leave the comments underneath as well. Your worst two players post-lockdown and your best two players post-lockdown.
Capoue, worst. God, who else? I don't want to say Deano because he had a good game, but he ain't been great. And the best is Hughes and Dawson.
Yeah, I'll go for Hughes and Dawson as the best two. I think I'm sad to say Capoue. And God, it's a tricky one. Yeah, Capoue. I would have said Deano, and this is not hating on Deano because I think he always comes good when people knock him. He uses that skill and he always proves people wrong. But yeah, I'd have to throw someone like him in, or Kiko in some ways. But I thought Kiko when he bombed on forward yesterday, I thought he done very well. And I've always said as well, Kiko needs a bit more cover on that right because I think he does look a totally different player when he's got a bit of support there as well. So sorry, Moobs, go on. You go.
My two worst ones, I'm gonna say, I'll probably go with Capoue because he hasn't been great, and I'm gonna throw another one in now. I'm gonna say Cathcart because there's been times where he's just not been at the races. He's been awful.
Yeah.
I can think I think Burnley was a prime example of that.
Yeah.
Southampton was another prime example. But my two best ones, I'm going to say Hughesy. I'm going to go with the majority. And I'm going to go with Sarr as well, I think, because I think he has been
playing well.
An unsung hero.
Yeah.
There were games where he was marked out. You know, we can't complain about that. But there's been other games where he's been attacking and he's been good for us, like a bit like yesterday.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're my ones. Dawson, Woody's at it again.
Right, he said Dawson, Capoue, Dawson and Hughes. Can you elaborate on that, mate? I'll tell you what, most people though take away Woody's double hit there. But a lot of people pretty much said Dawson. Two games he was absolutely woeful, and at least two games he was absolutely amazing. That's what really frustrates me with him because you've seen both sides of him. You've seen the absolute poor side, and you've seen the absolute amazing side. And he's when he's on it, he's absolutely solid, brilliant. He wins every header. He's ferocious in the tackle, which we need a bit more of, especially midfield. And Hughes just looks like the Hughes that everyone knows. Hughes is, he's just a good playmaker that makes space and no one can brush him off the ball.
Exactly. Yeah, I'd go with that one. So yeah, Bray's put Capoue and Kabasele worst, Dawson, Kiko, and Hughes the most consistent. I think Kiko's got to take some credit because he's run his nuts off. The fact he's the only fit right back
he did
at the minute. I think says it all.
Like I say, it's not. Yeah, sorry, go on, Moobs. Can you carry on, mate?
I think we do at times we've missed Yanbat because
certain times we have. Yeah,
the burden that's been put onto Kiko is unbelievable. Oh, by the way, mate, you possibly going to have to play 70 to 90 minutes every game post lockdown. It's just like, hang on a minute. Where's my backup? Oh, by the way, he's at home in Holland because he's still recovering. And I think there was an interview. Yes, it was on Hornet Hive. Before the game yesterday, and they were talking, and they actually spoke to him, and he said, "It's he picked up a viral infection that didn't heal up.
Oh God, they're nasty, absolutely nasty. Yeah.
You know.
Right, Woody, please read your comments because you still haven't got it right. You're putting Dawson down for both. Has he been one of your best? Right, I think Dawson has come back a different player. Yeah, but you've put him down as worse than best, Woody. So could you just confirm too? Because we need this sorted before we've got about 7 or 8 minutes before we finish. So we want to know your definitive two because either he's been the best one or the worst one.
Oh man, Tony Dazier's come in with one. Judas Rogers in the away dugout and Atwell's the ref. No wonder we're not getting any luck.
Yes, he's a referee. He's a Luton fan as a referee, so that says it all. Then he's obviously going to make them win about 7 or 8-1. Then, won't he?
Exactly. Interesting one from Ryan here. Do you think Delafeu will stay with us? Only if we stay up. If we don't, gone.
Oh, well, he won't stay with us, and Sarr won't if we went down as well.
Well, that's
if I'm not saying we will go down, but if you got to think of everything.
Imagine them two in the Championship. That'd smash it. It'd be great.
I'm sorry, if Adil Tarak can score almost 20 goals in that league, I mean, Sarr will score about 50 in that if that's the case. Adil Tarak, the one player that when goes up to Premier League and forgets to pass to a player, actually puts his head up.
Yeah. Well, according to The Athletic, they've actually said today that if we don't stay in the Prem, the Pozzos are going to cash in on Sarr.
Yeah.
That's clear as daylight, apparently, which I think is going to be an utter joke because I'd send him out on loan for a season and wait till we get promoted.
You do a Paris Saint-Germain, just agree £180 million deal in the summer. I don't mind that.
Well, if that happened, then so be it. I'll take his money.
We can have Neymar instead if they want, and we swap Sarr with Neymar if he gets bored.
Oh man, that's twattery written all over.
Of course, I'd hate to lose Sarr if we went down. That'd be a major blow, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw this out, lads. It is extreme twattery in a sense, but I'll tell you what, I'd have Lallana next season. Yeah. He's on a free. And he's only 30. Have him as, even if you don't think, having him as a backup, he's a good player. Even for a season, just dump him there for a season. It'd be good for a transfer. And to be honest, Milner, I don't want too many old players, but, if we have to...
Two.
Yeah.
I'd give him 2 years. Give him a 2-year deal.
What about the other old boy, James Milner, in here free? I know he's knocking on, but a good sub.
Well, we got a few youngsters coming in, so it's not like we're doing like we used to, buy a load of 29-year-old centre backs. We've got a few youngsters coming in. Let's bring a couple of experienced heads just to sort of stabilise us next season, and then see how we kick on after that.
Lallana's a great shout.
Yeah, I'd have Lallana. It's just the shame he can't wash that blood off his hands.
Yeah, that's the problem. Ryan's put just response about my one about Sarr. We would have to cash in, because we need the money. So it's a bit of a kick in the nuts. But apparently, according to Ray, Bournemouth missed an open goal to make it 5. But saying that, they're gonna, they're winning tonight. They've got to go to Man City, and Man City won't be in the mood for dishing out favours. They could get the goal difference down now, but then it could take a battering again on.
That's it. Us and them could take a battering against City if it all goes pear-shaped.
Yeah.
If it goes like the FA Cup final,
Woody's saying he won't change his decision on what he has put.
So how can you put, Woody, how can you put Dawson as one of the best and then one of the worst? Can you just explain that?
I'm worried about the spell checker coming out. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about... Yeah, Woody, we're not talking about Dawson before the lockdown. Everything's post-lockdown.
I think
he's got confused there.
I think you might need to private message him on that one, mate.
Yeah, I think we need to get. I think he's getting confused now. We know that Dawson wasn't great before lockdown. This is post-lockdown, Woody. Yeah.
But yeah, we're just gonna have to see what happens now. technically still in our hands. Let's not forget that. It's still in our hands. They haven't caught us up points-wise yet. Neither one of them.
And goal difference moves. Goal difference is like a point as well.
Exactly. So we've got a cushion. We've still got it. We need to keep it.
Yeah, we just need to win.
Yeah, like I say, I think Bournemouth going to City on Thursday is just going to screw them up again. Because I can just see them doing what they've done to the likes of Brighton and that. They're just going to tear them apart.
Exactly.
Yeah, the fact that apparently I heard this morning Sterling's on for the Golden Boot if he scores something like 4 more goals or something.
Oh, Jesus. Just make sure you shackle him then.
Well, that's the thing. They're saying if he gets the job done early enough. Yeah, they're saying if he gets the job done, if he gets a couple more goals, I think they're sort of saying that he might just get benched for the rest of the season and don't have to worry about scoring anymore. Because Salah's not scoring and that. So this is going to be very, very interesting. But, we've just got to go into Friday with a lot of optimism and a lot of positivity. But we just can't. We can't start slow. We've got to come out those blocks at the London Stadium. I'm surprised West Ham haven't won more home games. The fact that they're playing in a empty stadium with no noise, it normally happens there on a match day regardless. So.
True. Right, guys, we're going to go in a second, but can I just say thank you ever so much again, as usual, when Moobs and Deano, thank you very much. Right, this Friday night, as usual, 7 p.m, me and the young man will be previewing the game. Obviously, because it's an hour before, it'll be even more of a preview, so we'll try and get as many as you on just before the game to give you predictions. We'll look at the lineup and everything else in between. And straight after full time, we're looking at about 9:15, 10 o'clock, probably about 10 o'clock, me and Sir Ray, or shall I say Sir Ray and myself, will be doing the fans full-time report. We're doing that exclusively on YouTube. We did try a little quick test on Facebook earlier yesterday, so thank you very much. We will be on YouTube for the full-time fans report about 10 o'clock on Friday as well. So we will see you then. Right, guys, you got anything else just before we go?
Just one thing. Apparently, Tony's just put Bournemouth are celebrating like they've stayed up.
They're partying like it's 1999 as well.
Yeah. I don't think there's much more for me apart from the fact that quick one on non-league. Hemel Town have started digging their pitch up in preparation for the plastic pitch going in.
I've seen the pictures. Yeah.
A massive end of an era down at Vauxhall Road after something like 50 odd years of having grass.
I don't miss that pitch, I tell you, especially at the end of the season.
I think Boggins is going to be the same somehow.
Yeah, he's going to love that, isn't he?
Yeah. So, that's the only real bit of news. There's still not really much happening because no one knows when they're going to start playing again next season. The playoffs are still getting decided and sorted out. Until all that stuff in non-league is sorted, they can't announce any fixtures. They can't announce a start date either. So it is just stay tuned, watch this space. Hopefully, we say in the next maybe in the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to know exactly what's going on and where. So until then, I will keep everyone informed as and when.
All right. So, guys, thank you ever so much. We'll see you Friday, 7 p.m. As always, you're beautiful. We've been TMA. It's good night from the young man.
It's good night from Moobs.
It's good night from Pidge as well.
See you later, guys.
Cheerio, guys.
Right, okay, let me just stop this. Right, okay, yeah.